Welcome to the Holy Bible Study with Shelby. Before we get started, hit that like and subscribe button and have your King James Version Bible rating. Men, and start with us. It's very important that we get the young people involved in God's Word. We see the things going on today, they're lost. And it's up to us men to bring everything to the table. The women will follow, the children will follow. But you got to do. We have to set the pace. God expects this on us to do this. It's our responsibility. He holds us accountable for this. Today is Genesis chapter 23. Like with all my videos, we listen to the audio for about 6 minutes, and then I summarize it for you. And with that said, let's get started.
Genesis chapter 23. Sarah was 107 years old. These were the years of the life of Sarah. And Sarah died in Kirjath Arba, the same as Hebron in the land of Canaan. And Abraham came to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. And Abraham stood up from before his dead, and spake unto the sons of Heth, saying, I am a stranger and a sojourner with you. Give me a possession of a burying place with you, that I may bury my dead out of my sight. And the children of Heth answered Abraham, saying unto him,
Hear us, my lord. Thou art a mighty prince among us. In the choice of our sepulchres bury thy dead. None of us shall withhold from thee his sepulchre, but that thou mayest bury thy dead.
And Abraham stood up, and bowed himself to the people of the land, even to the children of Heth. And he communed with them, saying, If it be your mind that I should bury my dead out of my sight, hear me, and entreat for me to Ephron, the son of Zohar, that he may give me the cave of Machpelah, which he hath, which is in the end of his field. For as much money as it is worth, he shall give it me for a possession of a burying place amongst you. And Ephron dwelt among the children of Heth. And Ephron the Hittite answered Abraham in the audience of the children of Heth, even of all that went in at the gate of his city, saying,
Nay, my lord, hear me. The field give I thee, and the cave that is therein I give it thee. In the presence of the sons of my people give I it thee. Bury thy dead.
And Abraham bowed down himself before the people of the land. And he spake unto Ephron in the audience of the people of the land, saying, But if thou wilt give it, I pray thee, hear me. I will give thee money for the field. Take it of me, and I will bury my dead there. And Ephron answered Abraham, saying unto him,
My lord, hearken unto me. The land is worth 400 shekels of silver. What is that betwixt me and thee? Bury therefore thy dead.
And Abraham hearkened unto Ephron. And Abraham weighed to Ephron the silver, which he had named in the audience of the sons of Heth, 400 shekels of silver, current money with the merchant. And the field of Ephron, which was in Machpelah, which was before Mamre the field, and the cave which was therein, and all the trees that were in the field, that were in all the borders round about, were made sure. Unto Abraham for a possession in the presence of the children of Heth, before all that went in at the gate of his city. And after this Abraham buried Sarah his wife in the cave of the field of Machpelah before Mamre, the same as Hebron in the land of Canaan. And the field and the cave that is therein were made sure unto Abraham for a possession of a burying place by the sons of Heth.
Okay, now let's go ahead and summarize this up right quick. So, the death of Sarah is the name of this chapter. And we see that Sarah lived to be 127 years old. This is the only woman in the Bible that her age is mentioned, or how long she lived. But 127 years. Abraham was in this certain place, and he was trying to buy a sepulchre, a burying plot for Sarah and himself and Isaac and the rest of his family. And the people they didn't want to sell it to him. They wanted to give it to him. I mean, they called him a prince, because they knew one thing about these people. They knew that the Lord was watching over Abraham. So they wasn't going about to argue with him. They were going to let him have, you can have whatever you want, you can have it. You ain't got to buy nothing. We're going to give it to you. But Abraham wanted to buy it. Okay? It's always a good policy to, if you buy something, keep a receipt. Or if you're going to buy a home, make sure you get the deed after you bought it. That way, there's no fallout. Abraham could have said, okay, well, I'll take it for free then. But who's to say that, hundreds of years later, another generation come in and say, oh, we don't care about that. That's our land. We don't care, where's the deed at? Prove that you own it. Abraham wasn't going to do that. Abraham, in a nice way, said no. And him and the owner of the place, even the owner said, hey, I got this kind of money and you got this kind of money. That don't mean nothing to me. That land, you ain't got to buy it. We'll just give it to you. No, Abraham wanted to pay for the land. He wanted to pay for this burial area. Okay? So Abraham wind up, after the negotiation kept going around, Abraham finally convinced the man to sell it to him. And he got the deed for it. So when you see the word sure, that's what that means. That was a deed. That was an agreement that was made. And that's the very deed today of that land. Matter of fact, there's certain areas over there where this place at, this particular spot is in the Middle East, that people would literally go to war over. Okay? So Sarah dies. Abraham can buy a burial place because he know his time was going to come too. Isaac and the rest of his family, and he wanted that place to himself, and nobody would be able to take it away from him. Okay, so this is what this chapter was all about. Okay, like I said, 127 years old, Sarah died. Only woman mentioned for her age. Abraham purchased a burying plot. It's not going to only be for Sarah, it's going to be for him, Isaac, and the rest of the family. So Genesis chapter 23, the summary that is just clean cut. People try to make the Bible so complicated and can confuse you when it's so simple. It's not that hard. Okay, until then, look forward to sharing Genesis chapter 24 with you soon. Until then, be happy, be safe, and be peaceful. And thank you for your time. Welcome to the Holy Bible Study Show. Today, we're going to be talking about parables. Jesus used